Hello and welcome to downtown St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm Tampa Chris of Tampa Chris's EVs, and we're bringing you a brand new station that just opened up a couple days ago. And the difference in this one is it's a Duke Energy site one. They have many chargers in the area, and we'll go over that in a second. Just like to welcome the viewers back. I'm back from our vacation in the Outer Banks. You saw that video I did a couple days ago when we almost had a hurricane go by and the wind, and we saw the Rivian chargers. We saw the Tesla chargers really close to the ocean. A lot of cool stuff. So thanks for watching that one. Thanks for coming back here. Came back to beautiful skies, 80 degrees, no humidity. One of the best times of the year in the spring and fall is when the humidity goes away before the cold gets here. So cool stuff. So we are on the campus of the University of South Florida, St. Petersburg, a satellite campus of the main campus over in Tampa. Okay, and this is a big one. We're right on the waterfront. The big skyscrapers that have been being built the last 10 years are literally a block or two away. A lot of cool stuff with that. I know it's at night, you don't get to see as good and this and that. The water is literally right over here, about 2 blocks. Can't really see it. The IndyCar race every year, literally a block from here, goes flying by at 200 miles an hour. So really cool place to put it. And like I showed you, the IKEA location with Electrify America in downtown Tampa, this is the only fast charging in the whole area. So it is exciting for that. You got 2 dispensers here, 108 kilowatts apiece. Usually they're 150s, but these are the 180s. I believe these are the Terra 184s. Okay, with the air cooled cables and all that good stuff. And my car's at a pretty low state of charge. I brought the 2484. We usually have my wife's, that's white, mine's pure gray. I'm down to about 32% state of charge. So we're going to see how this all works out. Now, Duke Energy, I've been very, very harsh on them. I haven't really said much about it, but on the videos, but these units are always broken, always down. They're brand new and things like that. Very frustrating. There's a brand new setup where I work that I go to, and on the most part, that works most of the time. They have two also. But a lot of the other Duke Energy sites always having problems, taking forever to fix, the maintenance, this and that. I actually saw a maintenance man there a couple weeks ago at the other location, and he said, it's not that they're bad chargers, it's just older technology. They're buying brand new, okay, and but they're just older. So hopefully these will work out really good. Downtown needs it in St. Petersburg, just like the downtown in Tampa got it with the Electrify America, and that one's packed all the time. Great location at IKEA, big parking lot. This is a big open air parking lot. The dorm, there's a dorm there, a dorm here, and another one over here. The student center is right there. A little on campus restaurant bar, blah, blah, blah. So very small, compact, okay, right next to the downtown core. Everybody, if you want to get a job working in a restaurant, bar, art gallery, whatever you walk, you're only walking 2 blocks. So really nice location. I'm not sure how they're working this, Janet. If you just want to put it over here, I don't know. And I'm reading the signs. If you actually have to pay to park to charge your car, so I'm not sure the way this is working. I think it's kind of weird. There's no security guards coming out here right now, but I don't have a parking. Am I supposed to pay $5 so that I could charge my car? Okay, then why would they put that there? So who knows? We'll figure it out. We'll ask some questions and stuff and see how it goes. But lots of students, lots of young people walking around and things like that. And so I'm going to get the car charged. Sorry, it was a long day today. Going and stuff. Now they use EV Connect. Duke Energy uses EV Connect. I look at this one. I go on their app. It's charger number 955. Very small screens. It is what it is. I believe this is an ABB unit. I'll look it up in a minute. Just like they have at the Circle K's, Terra 184s. The cables are usually boost cables and everything. So I go to the 55 one. I click that. It comes up on the right side, so I'm assuming that's that one. I hit begin charge. You have to click like 4 times. Take it off. Cable seems to be brand new. Doing this with one hand. Pulling. Oh, that is really new, that cable. Okay, let's put this up here. Old school. There it is. All right. Click. Very nice. Nice click. All right. Come on up here, Janet. Let's put it right on the screen. Got my lovely wife, Janet, behind the camera tonight again, as always. Trying not to get any glare on it or anything so the viewers can see it. Okay, there we go. Everything is spinning over here, as we can see. Nothing fancy like an HYC or anything like that. Alphatronic. Oh, we heard a click. Now, these are all self-contained units, too. The power bricks, everything's inside here. Okay. You hear it ramping up right now, which is a good thing. I'm interested to see how much power we get out of this. At the Circle K's that we go to, which is essentially the same unit, we pull 137, 138 out of these. So I'm starting at a 32% state of charge. Let's watch it ramp up. I just got the beep on my phone saying it's starting to charge. It's counting. Okay, here we go with the kilowatts over here. See how quickly it ramps up here. Actually, it's over here, 140. Wow, that's strong. I like that. Like that a lot. The strongest charging for the ID4 Pro S is between 0 and about 36, 38%. And it's up to 145. I'm really liking these. Brand new, good power, everything's working correctly, all that good stuff. Channel, let's take a look at this, do a little site review here. Obviously, real simple. 2 dispensers, the ABB Terra 184s, 180, splitting power, 90. If somebody else pulls up, it'll be 90-90. Okay, obviously your switch gear right here. And let's bring it over to the transformer. Let's see how many kVAs this one is. I am looking. Just stay right there, Janet, as I look. Here it is right here. Come on up. It's not in the white lettering. It's a 500 kVA. I don't know if you can see that or not. You know, a little tough, I think, on the... Let me see if I can... okay, you got that? Perfect, perfect. So, you know, you got the meter right there. It's separate. Okay, you got the meter and the switch gear. Beautiful campus, manicured grass, all that stuff everywhere. And if we look at the front of the charger, obviously EV fast charging, Duke Energy, everybody knows who they are. They're huge. So you have Florida Power and Light, which is like 70% of Florida. And then you have Duke Energy, that's about 25%. And then you have a bunch of small independent ones like Tampa is Tampa Electric. And there's a couple of the small cities 50, 75 miles north and northeast of Tampa to have small little electric companies. But so essentially they're the second largest in the state. I know they're huge in the South and North and South Carolina and stuff. Everybody's heard of Duke Energy. But I just think they need to do a better job of maintaining the ones that are already here and working. Look at this. This is not even locked in. They didn't lock in the lock. You know, brand new unit. They need to be out here doing this. But I don't know how they do it. I'm not sure. I want to get a hold of one of the Duke Energy people. I'm going to make some phone calls, a little phone interview if they lend their name, or are these their units? Are they maintaining them with their own crews? You think they'd have their own crews, being a power company. You know, you expect the power company to do everything right from the beginning. So, but I can't complain about this one. Let me take a quick look here, Janet, how we're doing. Started at 32. We're already up to 40. We are at 148 kilowatts. Very happy with the performance of this right here. It's doing very well. Very quiet compared to other ones I've heard. So, like I said, nice equipment, American made. I believe the ABB units are made in North Carolina, just like a lot of the other power units you see out there nowadays. North Carolina seems to be a hot spot. Alphatronic has their headquarters there, even though their factory's in Wisconsin. You know, so these are made supposedly there. I've never been to the factory, but I've heard a few other YouTubers say it. But cool stuff here. Beautiful campus. We're not in the Walmart parking lot. It is just beautiful. Everything's lit up. Like, look at that across the street, Janet. You got the Student Life Center. You know, green is the color for the University of South Florida, the Bulls. Football teams ranked 19th in the country right now, 5-1. So they seem to be doing well. But parking garages, dormitories, The rest of downtown is 3 blocks that way. The water, beautiful airport right here. That's where the runway is that the IndyCar series comes flying down at 200 miles an hour and does a quick right-hand turn and goes that way by the skyscrapers. So a lot of cool stuff, and I'm glad it's downtown. Like I said, young people here. They have about 5,500 students, day students, and the 3 dorms and all that. So not huge, not small. It is. I always thought this place might break away from the parent campus over in Tampa, but that's all political and stuff. So I don't know if that'll ever happen. It's been talked about, but getting a great charge right now. Very happy. Pulled right in here, very accessible, backed right up to 46% at 147 kilowatts, smooth as glass. And the Duke Energies, this is 42 cents a kilowatt. And in their pricing, they include all taxes and fees and everything else. Okay. So I was looking at that. They have I think a 30 cent session fee, just 30 cents. And then it's just 42 cents a kilowatt. And that's all taxes and fees in that, which is really nice. Because, some of these you go, it's 42 cents at taxes and fees. Next thing you know, it's 46, 48 cents a kilowatt. So very reasonable. And it's here. That's half the battle. It's here. Come use it. But like I said, we were in North Carolina the last 5 days, got home Monday night and late. And I wanted to film this. I saw on PlugShare that it was activated. And, just like anything else, they put them in really quick and then they sit for 2 months waiting to be commissioned and turned on and final permits and all that stuff. And there's the in-town trolley right there, Duke Energy. That goes around downtown for free. So you can jump in, all the students can jump and go 4 or 5 blocks away, go to a pub, go to a restaurant, go to work, whatever. So very active, nice place. I almost wish they had. So we got 4 stalls here, and one of them is a handicap one. It's a little dark here. I think it's the end, the one in the very end there. Always says use last and all that stuff. And it's shutting off. I only had it set to go to 50%. And that's why it's shutting off right now, which is really easy. I charged it at work a little bit today. There it is. Just told my phone that the session was over. Pulled right out. Nice and easy. And this is touchscreen too. So if I hit OK right there. All right, state of charge 50%. Charge time 6 minutes 23. Total energy delivered was almost 15 kilowatts. Maximum power output was almost 152 kilowatts. Basic, pertinent information for us nerdy people that like this sort of thing. Small screens, and they've always had it that way on the Terra 184s. It is what it is. I like the big screens, but here in Florida, we got a lot of glare, a lot of this, that. Gives you what you need. I didn't come here to read ads and stuff. I came here to charge the car. So cool stuff. Why don't we back up here, Janet, and you can take a shot of it. Like I said, I had put some pictures on PlugShare when it was being built, but you can see obviously the 2 chargers, real stuff, a lot of signage, a lot of good stuff. Everything was painted right. Duke Energy's big into the green. They have their own little park and plug is their little slogan, and it says it on all of their signs and things like that. So cool stuff. And some people may think big whoop, 2 chargers downtown. This is a big deal though, and we need more. I think they were going to put some in some of the parking garages for the students and everything like that. And yeah, see how it says Duke Energy Park and Plug? That's their whole slogan. And actually, the Performing Arts Center for St. Petersburg is 2 blocks away, and it's called the Duke Energy Center. So, and actually, Duke Energy for Florida, one of the skyscrapers was built, and they use that. So they have a full skyscraper here. Greatly involved in the area. So we have it here. There's some up in Dunedin, some in Zephyr Hills, and also Land Lakes. These are towns north of downtown Tampa, and all at Crystal River, Newport Richey. These were, and on the Florida Turnpike, there's a bunch of them too, and it goes almost up to Tallahassee. So they don't have as many as Florida Power and Light that's really gone out there, but they're filling in now and stuff like that. And this is a great location. So just wanted to bring you this tonight. I'm sorry I couldn't come during the daytime. You could have seen a little bit more of the area and stuff. I know it's just dark and some lights here and there, and I'm just pointing in every direction. But yeah, I just want to keep bringing you this. And the massive electrification of Tampa Bay, amazing, really is. It just keeps continuing. We haven't even started with, we started a little bit with Ayana, the first 2 stations. The first one I think is done in Bradenton, just getting commissioned now. The second one in Largo is under construction. We took some pictures of that, and then they have 3 more after that, so 5. Walmart has 16 Walmarts that have permits out right now for the Tampa Bay area, and that number keeps going up. It's amazing. It's just everything's Tampa. BP Pulse had the Thornton's gas stations. There was 12 of them. 11 of them are working right now. You can go charge at them. One has to be turned on in Brandon, big bedroom community east of downtown, where they actually have 2 other Thornton's gas stations that have charging. So they're doing a great job, and they have a big lot over at the convergence of I-4 and I-75 that they're going to do a rechargery. Built the canopy, the whole thing, 20 stalls, this and that. They haven't started construction on that. Right across the street is Pilot Flying J. That took permits out to put the EV Go units in with a canopy. It's just so much, so quick. And this is what we need. I work at a dealership, as you know, a Volkswagen dealership in North Tampa. And I always tell everybody, you know, it was crazy the last 3 months. First 3 months of the year, selling all the ID4s with the Great Lease Program. And then the last 3 months, just before the $7,500 government tax credit went away. And we sold a ton of ID4s. We were dealer trading them in. It seems like this Tampa Bay area and Orlando to Tampa, West Palm Beach to Miami, cars everywhere. Now we're going through a little downtime right now since that away. Everybody's trying to figure out what to do, get their incentives in line, try to make up for this and that and tariffs and all that stuff. But it'll all come together. We might have a month, 1 or 2 slow months, and it's going to kick right back in January. I really, truly believe that. And some cheaper cars coming out. You got the Nissan Leaf. You got the Chevy Bolt coming out, the decontented Model 3, and you still have the Equinox, which is 35. So 35, 36,000 and down. That seems to be the sweet spot, 25 to 35,000. So we'll see how all this comes together, and we have the charging here to support all that. Okay, just like when I went out to the Outer Banks, I drove out there and I go, there's not going to be any electric cars out here, but 70% of the people out there are on vacation. They're renting cars or driving out there, whatever. I was on the island for 5 minutes. I think I saw 5 or 6 Teslas. I saw a Ford Mach-E. I saw a Chevy Blazer. We saw the Rivian at the charging station, and then I saw a couple more Teslas at the, so there was cars everywhere. Now they have charging. The infill is what's happening now. And all the highways everywhere within 75 miles, you can find charging. But places like this, downtown, across the street, whatever, blah, 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 we're seeing prices come down too, which has been a really nice thing. The Mercedes-Benz chargers in the Tampa Bay area are still stuck on 40 cents a kilowatt. No session fees, no apps. And, I use ChargePoint to activate it. It's the easiest, but you can just tap your card. I always do that, but I like to keep a record of all my charging. I don't know why my wife thinks I'm a little crazy, but all good stuff here. So you hear the kids behind us, college, my 59-year-old Fanny needs to go home and go to bed, and they're going to be up all night. But beautiful little campus. Just wanted to show you this. Duke Energy, I'm highly critical of them. Real proud. This looks really nice, working. Nothing to apologize for. Nice installation. Concrete pads, bolsters close but not sticking out. A lot of times you see, that'll be there and the bolster will be out here and you can't back up. Long cables. And I had a little trouble at first because this is so new. It's not used to being pulled down yet. And eventually this will be sagging a little bit or whatever and come out a lot easier. They're all tension driven. So, but good stuff. I just wanted to do that. Back in Tampa Bay, feeling good, and want to spread the word. EVs are here to stay. And a lot of political climate and everything that caused all this, but we'll overcome it and we'll prevail. So once again, Tampa Chris from Tampa Chris's EVs. Please please ring the bell, high five, say hello, comments at the bottom, and subscribe, please, if you could. Have a good night.